Hello. So, in this video, I'm going to explain some main Azure security practices, and I'm going to show a simple demo how to enable multi-factor authentication on Azure. So, I am Hansuthu Manayangama, third year cybersecurity undergraduate at SLIT. So, let's get to the point first. What do you know of security in Azure? Let's look at the problem. But is it really what we are trying to secure when talking about Azure? Let's see. The best way to look into these problems is seeing through the attacker's point of view. First of all, it is very important to get the knowledge about what they can buy from the dark web. We can hire an attacker to do all the works for you. Nowadays, most of the people are using this dark web. So we can buy a ransomware kit. Probably these are new folks which have just started as a criminal or attacker. And compromised smartphones are still available, and PCs are very cheap compared to others. But handheld devices are on average costly. The other one is spear phishing. This spear phishing can be hired to take over someone's account, but it's pretty pricey. Stolen passwords including username and passwords are very cheap to find in dark web. Users using weak passwords such as birthdays, ID numbers have to lead to the attacker store them easily and sell in dark sites. And one main thing is denial of service, which can be brought down a website. So, what security capabilities Azure has to keep its customers safe from these things? So, let's look at the first thing. Native threat detection including native cloud-based SIEM. So, let's get a small idea. This is a native threat detection which is having an high quality alerts and response and investigation. And Azure helps to secure all kinds of assets in their organization that could be exposed to an attack. Azure, Azure AD, Windows, Linux, Android, iOS, and also for operational technology. It collects cloud-based data from all customers, computers, software and networks, both on sites and across various clouds. And the rapid response to events involving integrated orchestration and automation of routing tasks. They detect previously discovered risk and minimize false positives leveraging Microsoft Analytics and unmatched threat intelligence. So that's some simple idea about native threat detection including native cloud-based SIEM. So my main thing is next one is passwordless and multi-factor authentication. So this is an area that we should be more worried about. But we want to get rid of the passwords. Why do we want to get rid of the passwords? We know most of the users hate them. They are hard to recall and they are being reused everywhere. Not only do people dislike them, IT managers also often dislike them for exact reasons. It costs a great deal to get them to reset. And who is in love with this password? You know who are they? Hackers. More than 75% of data breaches last year contained weak, default or compromised passwords. Thus, this multi-factor authentication is a perfect way to reduce the impact of these passwords. It's more than just passwords, easy to use challenges, but vulnerable to man in the middle and phishing attacks. So Microsoft is bringing 3 different approaches to help users keep their identity protected and giving users more options with standard passwordless authentication. So Windows Hello. So it's Windows Hello. It's Microsoft's premier passwordless experience. Through this end, the user can use either a simple PIN or biometric gesture. So what are the biometric gestures? we all know, facial recognition or fingerprint scan, instantly log into the computers. And the next one is Microsoft Authenticator, which I'm going to use today. This is an experience where users who have already registered the authenticator with multi-factor authentication, push notifications can simply upgrade their account in the app and have a full passwordless experience. And the other thing is FIDO2 security keys. These standards-based passwordless authentication method using two common protocols. What are they? WebAuthn and CTM. These open standards allow innovative offerings from partners, serving a broad range of user needs. These security keys are mostly common in USB or NFC format. So let's go in some journey to go passwordless. So let's start small. How do we do that? Enable Azure Active Directory, and next step is allow Azure multi-factor authentication and self-service password reset for all users. Then we can identify and update apps to allow AD authentication. So then think about your hardware and devices and start with the pilot. This process is very easy. I'm going to jump into the next security practice, that is native firewall and network security. So users can secure the edge of their network by using an internet inverse firewall as a service. It's a pretty quick and convenient to customize, a lot less complexity, and help you get and running with that protection sooner. Organizations have a range of security requirements. We all know that. In certain situations, the same company have different protection standards for different settings. Many Azure users think that the Azure Firewall feature set is a good match and offers several key advantages as a cloud-based native managed service. So, what kind of high-level features will be provided by the Azure Firewall? Network address translation, which is with SNN and DNet, and FQDN filtering. In this FQDN filtering, there is no SSL termination. And another thing is built-in HA with unrestricted cloud scalability. This is auto scale as traffic grows. And the full logging including SIEM integration. So, and the other one is integrated monitoring and management, zero maintenance cloud service model. So I have explained these mainly security implementations. So I am going to next jump into the some other security practices we can protect our Azure. That's encrypt data at rest and in flight also, and we can restrict access to our VMs, and we can restrict access to our database and protect our application secrets, and we can use a separate Azure subscription for production, and also we can implement a web application firewall and use main thing is we can use Azure Security Center. So to the final part, so I am going to show some demo how to secure user sign-in events with Azure AD multi-factor authentication. So for this you need some prerequisites: Azure Active Directory license, Azure MFA license, Microsoft Authenticator app. Let's see how to do that Azure AD multi-factor authentication. Conditional access policies give the flexibility to enable MFA for users during specific sign-in events. Okay. it's better to enable and use Azure multi-factor authentication is conditional access policies. Conditional access lets you create and define policies that react to sign-in events and request additional actions before a user is granted access to an application or service. We can see now. First, create a condition. I'm going to create a conditional access policy and assign our test group of users. So let's get to the demo. So I'm going to sign into the Azure portal using an account with global administrator permissions. As I mentioned before, you can get one free. Yeah. So in this search and select Azure Active Directory. So it's in here, Azure Active Directory. So then select the security tab from the menu left hand side. In here, select conditional access. Now we are going to create a new policy. Let's let's give some name to this new policy. Let's use MFA test. MFA test policy. So under assignments, we can choose users and groups. It's already assigned. Then let's select users and groups radio button, and we can include all users or selected users or groups. So I am going to use selected user and groups and users and groups. Here I have already created test group before. I'm going to choose that test group and select it. Then get to the Cloud App actions. It's better it's continue with none. And what are the conditions? So I'm going to select Cloud Apps or actions. So I'm going to select apps and so I'm going to apply these conditions to Azure management here, because I'm going to implement this policy when signing into Azure portal. So Microsoft Azure management, I have selected that. Then conditions, let's configure conditions. I am going to not going to apply those conditions because we can decide when applying this policy whether enforce on it based on platform, here in platform, and location. Here this from location, device state, in here also device state. In here location status, this will very much useful if someone from another country is going to use this, which is very unlikely. So these are some additional security implementations. And then next one is grant. I am granting access and tick the require multi-factor authentication box. Select. So now sessions will be used. Then I'm going to enable policy. Yeah, now I'm going to create one. Yeah, it says successfully created MFA test policy. So conditional access policies can be set to report only if you want to see how the configuration would impact users, or off if you don't want to use policy right now. As a test group of users was targeted for this, I'm going to enable I have enabled the policy and then test Azure AD multifactor authentication. So now I'm going to test Azure AD multifactor authentication. So before that, I have created test user. I have to get the mail of that user. Yeah. Then I'm going to open a new tab. I am going to sign out. Yeah. Now I'm going to sign in with our non-administered test user. So let's see. So I am going to use another account, my email, test user email. Then I'm going to use the password I have put before. Yeah, can you see more information required? Let's select next. Yeah, it says keep your account secure by using Microsoft Authenticator app. I have already downloaded to my mobile phone, and here it is. You can see. So let's see the instructions. It says to set up your account. Select work or school. Add account, work or school. Let's scan the QR code. Can you see it's activating? Yeah, account added successfully. Go to next. Yeah, let's try it out. It's asking approve sign in. I'm going to approve. See, notification approved. Next. It says Microsoft Authenticate app was successfully registered. Done. This is an additional security. It says update your password. So in here we have to give a different password, not the current password. Can you see? This is one-time password code, 6-digit one-time password code. So can you see this screen time? It says it is resetting every 30 seconds. Okay, let's log in again. I'm going to sign out from this one. Let's sign in again, and then let's see how it's done. See, when we are going to sign in, there is no need of this, just to approve sign in. It's approved. It's very easy. So that will be all. So I hope you got something from my plans. If you have any questions, you can find me at Hansudu in Twitter, or you can write me an email to hansudu26@gmail.com. Thank you very much.